Hey guys, I am back. I don't know what just happened, but it said I had a live stream error. So I apologize. So hopefully we'll be able to get everyone back in the room. Lord, in the room. Let me tell y'all how old I am. They used to have chat rooms back in the late 80s or early 90s. I'm still on that. Not in the room. Hopefully, everyone will join the live stream shortly. But what I wanted to say was that so this is part two of the previous live stream. So I'm going to keep this up, and I'm just going to continue from where I left off. I'm sorry that happened, and I don't know what occurred, but in any event, it said that God is love, not God has love, and so it talks about love being the essence of God's character. And I don't know, for some reason that really resonated with me because when we talk about being better, formed in his likeness, I think we have to bear that in mind, that means that we have to be love. Not that we're seeking love or we're giving love with the expectation that it come back. I'm not talking about being a doormat. I'm talking about simply agape love and love for our fellow man and that kind of thing. So anywho, I hope that makes sense. Let's see. Yeah, and I guess that's about it. I thought this was a really, really good, this was a really good chapter, I thought. Oh my gosh. It doesn't look like you guys can get in. I hope you guys are able to get in. I'm going to keep going. Hopefully when this goes live, for those of you who can't get back in, hopefully you'll at least be able to see this. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know why this happened. All right, so I'm going to go into the points to ponder for the ends of the chapter, and then I'm going to go into the question. Oh, and you know what I forgot to say was how things. I'll do this at the end of the day. Hey, I'm glad you guys made it back in. I don't know what happened. You know what? And it's not showing that you guys are in here. It's so weird. I don't know if it's something going on with YouTube. So crazy. But I'm glad you guys are able to get back in. So, I just realized that I didn't tell you guys like how today's went from my smoothie challenge. So as you guys begin to, hey, I'm glad you're back in, hon. Hey, sweetie, kiss. Sweetie, cat. Oh, you disappeared again. But hey, sweetie. Hey, Shanette and hey, Queen. I see you guys were able to get back in. Yay! See how the enemy, he be trying to mess stuff up. We ain't gonna give him the glory. He ain't gonna stop this show. So anyway, I wanted to, while we're waiting for everybody to come back in, I'm just gonna do a recap on the fast. Cakes. Hey, sweetie cakes. I love that. Oh my gosh. I'm going to give you guys a real quick update of how things went for day 2 on the Daniel's fast. Or in the smoothie challenge. So as you know, I was able to get my smoothies in and I was able to make it, which was perfect. I ate a lot of fruits and vegetables today. I drank a lot more water, so I did better in that regard. I did have salmon today, though. So, or not today, but within the last 24 hours. And the reason for that was I have forgotten I'm counting the last 24 hours. So that includes well, I guess I don't need to mention early yesterday, but early yesterday, I think I mentioned that I forgot to make my smoothie, or I didn't have time to make my smoothie before I left the house. And it was honestly I was at a point, guys, where I was feeling really, really weak, and I had to do I was doing a strategic planning meeting with some of my colleagues, and it's you have to have brain power, and when you haven't eaten, you get that Snickers commercial where you Aretha Franklin in the backseat of the car being a diva. So I was like, okay, let me save my colleagues a lot of pain and go ahead and eat some of this salmon. So the thing is, I did make a healthy choice. I did eat my fruits and vegetables. I had a salad, and then I chose to have the salmon because I wanted to get that protein in. And so it was good. And I ended up still feeling really good, feeling really light. And it is a part of my ultimate goal of, being a pescatarian. So, I didn't eat anything that didn't fall within the range of what was okay for that. So I guess, when we have these moments where we're finding, or our body is telling us, you need to do something, girl, because you haven't eaten, try to make choices that are good choices. Every day isn't going to be perfection, but that's what we're striving for, that. But we have to recognize that we're not going to beat ourselves up too badly, you know, because we have a moment. Just try to make that a good moment. If it's a valley moment, try to make it a moment where at least you're making a good choice about what you're choosing to eat, right? And that's the overall goal, right, that we're going for with this. So that was good. Last night I fell asleep really early. So one of the things I notice when I do things like this is that my body clock falls in alignment with what I think is how God wants us to, designed our bodies to work. So I fell asleep actually kind of early for me. It was I want to say 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, something like that. Maybe 10:30. And then I woke up about an hour and a half later, but I could feel that my body is getting back in that wave of the way it was designed kind of to work. And the first thing I usually notice is that my sleeping habits change. So I'll end up waking up very early in the morning. I'll go to sleep a little earlier, and I'll be so well rested. So I can't wait for that moment. I didn't feel super well rested this morning, but I'm seeing positive changes in terms of how my body is working. So that's a good thing. All right, so I'm going to get back to this, and I'm going to share with you guys the end of the chapter reflection. So as you know, in each day, there is a point to ponder, there is a biblical verse, and then there is a question he wants you to think about. So the point to ponder for the day 2, I am not an accident, is I am not an accident. So again, that point to ponder is I am not an accident. And I thought about that because we're supposed to be pondering. And I was like, because I'm keeping this journal, I'm going to tell you what I wrote. And this is exactly what I thought as I pondered this point. I am not an accident. I know I ain't no accident. And I had to laugh at myself because I feel very blessed that I know that. That's a part of my DNA, that I know I'm not an accident. I know that my life has potential and purpose. I know that, the people around me, growing up let me know that my being here mattered. The fiber of who I am was valued, and it mattered. And what a blessing is that to have, because there are so many people who live their lives kind of searching for that moment where they truly believe that, or they spend so much time not believing that they matter, or that their life wasn't, an accident. And so I was just very grateful that God surrounded me with people who edified me in that way. And this is not a point that I'm, that I'm searching to kind of realize as a Christian and as a woman, more importantly. And I don't take that for granted. So I am not an accident, and I'm grateful to know that I'm not an accident. That was a good thing. All right, so the biblical verse is, let me read this real quick. So the Bible verse is, I am your creator. You were in my care before you were born. I am your creator. You were in my care before you were born. And that's Isaiah 44, 2. The question to consider is, I know that God uniquely created me. What areas of my personality, my background, physical appearance am I struggling to accept? And at first I was like, I ain't struggling to accept nothing. But the more I thought about it, I said, you know what? I am struggling with my current weight, which is why I'm doing this 90 days to lose challenge, right? I'm struggling with that. Um, over the years, I have struggled with, um, over the years, I have struggled with, changes that have happened, just in terms of my body, on, being on life's journey, right? And periodically here and there, I've struggled. And so what I thought was, um, I I guess what this is teaching me is, and I'm kind of looking at what I wrote. What I wrote was I wasn't always comfortable with my body. Like right now, I'm not comfortable with the weight that I'm at. Even though other people may think it's okay, I'm not comfortable with it because it's not what I know of myself and how I have been in life weight wise. Um, but I have to accept my journey. And maybe this is allowing me to accept my journey and recognize that through discipline and through commitment, I can change all this. I can change my body. I can change those things that I'm not satisfied with. But at the same time, accepting and loving myself just as much now as I will when I reach my, ultimate goal or vision. And self acceptance and understanding that, perhaps my weight is at is where it is, or whatever it is that you're dissatisfied with. Maybe you're having that moment because God is trying to teach you to love and accept yourself as he crafted you, as he created you, to be in that season. So still love yourself through that season, even as you're transitioning to the next. Like you shouldn't have a hate, filled sort of relationship with yourself and look at yourself and feel disgusted, or there be something about your background, or something about your personality, or those things that you don't necessarily, that you abhor, that you hate. You have to recognize on some level, and that is serving a purpose in your life. Come to embrace it and then work through it if it's something that you need to change to make you more Christ-like, right? And the other thing was, I was thinking that I also have to remember that when I'm honoring my physical body, I'm honoring God. So the choices I make, like about whether I was going to have that salmon yesterday, or whether I was going to buy a Snickers bar, or whether I was going to have some other, thing that wasn't good for my body. If my goal is to make choices that will honor my body, and in doing so honor God, then those are the right choices for me to make. Because really, if I'm honoring my body and I'm making good choices with regard to food, I know that those are going to contribute to my quality of life, a better quality of life, and it will also better equip me to have the physical, strength and well-being that it will take to ultimately fulfill my purpose, right? Because you got to be around here to fulfill your purpose, right? And your choices about health and well-being impact the extent to which you're going to be able to honor God's purpose for your life. Because, if I keep going in this direction where I'm not feeling that, where I'm, just roly-polying around here, I work with a lot of youth. So I'm not going to be able to be as interactive maybe with, I don't know. You guys know what I'm saying. So when we take care of those things, like if it's a personality trait, God may have made you stubborn, right? And I'm a little stubborn. I can be a little stubborn. But you have to know how to embrace the fact that God gave you that. He gave you that conviction. He gave you that constitution for a reason, right? But we have to learn how to manage it in a way that it supports God's vision and purpose for our lives. So you can't be stubborn to an extent that you're just off-putting to people, right? But you can be stubborn and stand on a principle because you know it's the right thing, to do. Or you can use that stubbornness and funnel that into activism for people who are disenfranchised or who don't have a voice. You know what I'm saying? So it's about embracing, it all goes back to, it's not an accident. You are not an accident. God, provided you with the gifts, ability, the temperament, and all those things for a reason. And it is for it to be used to serve his purpose in your life. But you can't be all willy-nilly with that. You got to learn how to manage that thing and grow it into something that will help you to fulfill and bring to fruition the purpose in your life. Some people like to say, I just am what I am. And hallelujah that you accepted yourself. However, howsoever, make sure that you're demonstrating that maybe it's a gift. I don't know, but you're demonstrating that endowment in a way that glorifies God and supports the purpose and doesn't cause people to turn from you, right? So I guess that's that. So, the weight, I feel like the weight is almost something, I don't know if that's something that's about other people. Maybe I am dealing with this because I've never dealt with weight in my life. And like I said, I'm not like Eric is like, I don't even know what you're talking about. But he's smart too. So he better not say nothing. But no, I'm just kidding. But, the weight thing is nothing I've ever had to deal with really in my life. And so I'm thinking am I dealing with that so that I can do this and so that we can share in this way? And I can learn from you guys and you can learn from me and we can be on this journey together. Is it so that I'm learning, more self acceptance and through commitment, getting back to the place where I feel like I need to be to better serve, and honor God? Or is it even to prove to myself that I can demonstrate this dedication and commitment to this goal? Weight loss goal, but at the same time still love myself as I am through it all. I don't know. I ain't say I got no answers, but I think that these are things, and this is why I love these points to ponder and the questions that he has at the end of this chapter, because it causes you to think about these things and gain an awareness about them. And really, all of the stuff I just said about my own personal journey with regard to the weight and how I think that figures into, the question, what are the things I struggle with? It is all about, being reflective about this and recognizing that I can manage those struggles in a way that brings me closer to God and that recognizes that there's purpose in the struggle, I'm having. And again, not to be too repetitious, but, it's about accepting those things because whatever those challenges are, you have them for a reason and they're really designed to kind of take you to that next level. But you have to be intentional, which is something we talked about last night, being intentional about how you approach those things and love yourself through it at the end of the day. So I enjoyed chapter 2. I enjoyed day 2 of this whole journey. And I am looking forward to hearing, how things went for you guys. I hope that once this video, so either under this live stream or under the previous one we did tonight, if you don't mind sharing how things are going with you on your journey, I would love to read about it. Hopefully you'll be able to also offer support to one another and words of encouragement to one another. Like I said, I had a oops moment in the last 24 hours because I showed to eat that salmon, and that salmon was good, but I needed that protein. So a sister got to do what a sister got to do. So, but yeah, I'm not going to let that hold me back. I'm not going to let that deter me. It's like life. Stuff happens, and so you deal with it in the best way possible when you have those moments, and you keep on moving forward. Queen said today was fine. Still juice fasting. Good girl. Whew. Bless your heart. I don't know if I could juice fast. Like just juice. I don't know. I don't think that's my ministry. But God bless yours. I would love to know tips. I wouldn't mind trying a juice fast. So if you have any tips to share, I would love to read them. Because maybe I'll try it for like a 3-day thing or something like that. Or maybe I'll do it where, I juice fast in the morning, and then do something else at night, or vice versa. I think that's a good idea. So let me know. Keep me posted on how that's going with you guys. I want to thank you guys for joining me. Juice, water, and tea. Oh, gotcha. Okay. All right. Juice, water, and tea. Girl, bless your heart. I don't know why that sounds so difficult. We could do that for sure. We can set anything we set our minds to, we can actually do, right? We got this. Oh, I want to thank you guys. LOL. I think I'll have to try that. I want to thank you guys for joining me tonight. Technical difficulties and all. I appreciate you hanging in there, and I appreciate your support, and I appreciate you guys sharing. I love reading your comments and just chatting back and forth. And I'm just glad that we have this community and we have this platform to take this journey together. Oh, it's my pleasure to share, hon. Thank you for being there. And thank you guys for accepting me the way I am. And I accept you the way you are. Anywho, I hope you guys have a great evening, and I will talk with you later. Have a great day. I'll see you tomorrow.